Hello, how there? There is another topic, um, Moodle, but not just Moodle. Most people use Moodle for learning management system. We'll be looking at the perspective of using Moodle for exam purpose. So let's join me using looking at this topic, Moodle for conducting exams. So we have three major usage: Moodle for conducting exam, Moodle for learning management, Moodle for distance learning. Now, we be focusing mainly at the start with Moodle for conducting exam. What are the basic requirements? What are the basic things you need? Number one, you need a server. This can be Linux server, Windows client system, or Mac client system, where you're going to install the server Moodle software. More also, you need a client in which the students are going to connect to do the exam. You need um, to have an idea of what is PHP, because Moodle is actually written in PHP and MySQL language. You also need an exam browser. One of the most frustrating things why people don't actually believe Moodle can be used for conducting exam is the browser. The Mozillas, the Chrome, the Internet Explorer, all of them are not very supportive. They are very slow when it comes to accessing Moodle for exam purpose or giving practice tests. One other thing you also need, which is not compulsory, you have to have a good knowledge of spreadsheet management. Either it's Microsoft Excel or LibreOffice, the OpenOffice one. Most of the materials here will be presenting here will be open source. Now, installation process. To install Moodle, you may need the following. One, you need if it's Linux server, you need LAMP, that's Linux. You need other LAMP. Then you need the Moodle zip installation. If you are using Mac, you need if you are using Windows, you need majorly two ways you can go about it. You can use Bitnami apps, or you install a XAMPP and you install Moodle zip. If you are also using Mac, you install a Moodle zip. Now, under the installation, we should be aware that this is separated into two. We have the installation of Moodle itself on the server, and we have the installation of exam browser. The exam browser we'll be using here is Safe Exam Browser. There are some other browsers that are available. Edge browser can be another alternative in case of home. But talk of Mozilla Firefox or other one, I won't recommend, because you're going to have issue. Opera, but for some country there are some other one like Pegasus. and some other software that are paid version that I may not talk about here, but we'll be majorly going through all this installation process using Moodle. Now, under recommendation, I will recommend 2 server system if you are to deploy Moodle for exam purpose. One, you may need to go with Linux. If you don't have a very good knowledge of Linux, but you are fortunate to have a Mac OS, either Lion, Slow Nepad, all these is going to be of advantage in terms of speed and client connection. But if you don't have access to this, you can start with Windows using Bitnami. Then the second recommendation is having you to install XAMPP and Moodle SIP. Now I'm going to show you the sites for all these different applications. We have the Save Exam browser. I'm going to copy it for you to actually see. So Save Exam browser. So from here you have the Save Exam browser. You can go to download, where you can download the recent version. You have for Mac OS X and the Windows version from Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1 and Windows 10. We also have a URL for the XAMPP, Apache, MySQL, MariaDB, PHP, Perl combined. This is the URL. The URL for Bitnami Moodle is also found here. We have the download window installation. You can also download using virtual machine, but I will recommend downloading as window installation. So there is the URL. Then for the Linux users, you have the MAMP. That's URL. And lastly, for the Linux family, you have the Ubuntu help on Apache, MySQL, PHP installation. You have install Apache 2, Visual Host configuration, PHP 5 installation, PHP and MySQL installation. You have PHP admin and some other utility you may need to add if you want. So I'm going to also paste the URL for you to see. All these are the URL. And lastly, we need the Moodle connection. I'm going to click on download there. The Moodle site where you actually download the recent version as at this time of this recording. We have version 3.0.3 as the latest release. So I'm also going to put the link there as the first. Now going to Moodle docs and looking at the 3.0 main page, you have getting started. This can be a quick guide on how you can go about Moodle for a teacher, for a student and also for administrator. We have teacher quick guide, you have admin quick guide, installation quick guide, the browse features, then what is new for students, what is new for teachers, how to use the mobile phone on Android, the iPhone, and other supported browser, how to manage your courses, add student, upload file, add user, add courses, install plugin or theme, and other things, activity using assignments, forums, test student with quiz, test student work. These are different things we'll be going through, but this time around majorly for the purpose of exam, quiz, test, any name. Now I'm going to show you the division. We have the basic requirement, making file, installation is another division. We have Moodle exam configurations and settings. We have the front page settings, form login, if you are to log in using external login or customized login page, course default setting and activity, single activity format. We have permissions, user policy, authentication, how to manage authentication, user policy, user account, user profile, site administrations, grade, how to export grade, user policies, activities, modules, under queues, importing questions, the steps involved to bring in existing questions, and different form of importing questions like gifts, version, instruction page when logging in, authentication, how to manage blocks so that it can be purely for exam purpose. Blocks display, course overview, category display block, front page, item when logging, what do you want the student to see. 17, we have front page item when logging, force user to log in, securities, login instructions, allow external characters, how maybe you want some character to be permitted under the username like matric. Front page item when logging, connect to external database. You can actually log in if you have an existing website or portal that you want to actually be the authentication for this for the Moodle system. We'll also be looking at connecting to external database, like I said, IP blocker security, where how you can prevent people from accessing the Moodle platform outside your network. User override, how you can specially permit students to do one thing or the other when general settings are closed. Increase candidate attend time, resist attempt, enrollment method, what kind of enrollment you have for different courses and exams. Moodle exam and quiz management is another category. We have language customization. For example, you have the word attempt and quiz mostly used under Moodle. You can actually change this string to exam, attempt exam now. Instead of at start attempt, you can turn it to start exam attempt. Instead of finish attempt, you can turn it to submit exam. All these are things we'll be looking at. Then we also have plugins like auto enroll, which will be very ideal for the exam purpose. We have teams that are very good for exam, like Abo and Guru. These are different teams to be taking a look at in the time to come. We also be looking at uploading user to Moodle platform, how to download and upload from online, convert using Excel, custom user registration, how you can register clients yourself instead of Moodle platform, Moodle result and spreadsheet management, how you can convert result generated by Moodle to the one being required or preferred in your schools. There are some Excel commands or formulas you may need to know, like write, concatenate, upper, lower, substitute characters for another characters. These are things we'll be looking at in these categories of tutorials. It may take some time to finish all this, but at the end of the day, you no matter what you know about Moodle, you will know that it is actually something that can also be deployed for exam purpose. But let me make a very good categorization. You need to differentiate when you are using this Moodle as a learning management system, exam purpose, online, intranet. Now, if you are talking of learning management, it always go with online. If you are talking of exam, it's always go with intranet. Sometimes you can use online too. Likewise, you can use intranet. But note that these are the first option when it comes to deployment of this system. Now, it is a good practice that when you are deploying Moodle for exam, that you prevent it from having access to the internet in order to reduce, one, malpractice, two, to have control over who connects, and to limit hacking process and different virus being spread across on the network. But if you are deploying it as a learning management system, it's very good for you that you give it an access to internet, since most of the students will be connecting from different areas. Though our focus for now will be the exam purpose, but one other thing we'll be looking at is that it's also good that if you are deploying for exam and you want it to be online, for the students to connect using their different tablets, laptop, you must know that the security have to be beefed up if it's online connection. But in this tutorial, we'll be looking at it generally. Either you'll be deploying it for intranet purpose or for online purpose. This tutorial should be able to serve that purpose.